Welcome to Compai's Expat channel. I'm Compai. I am Sosua's voice of reason. Guys, in this video, I'm going to give you my opinion and my reasons why I believe the Dominican Republic has plateaued. One of the things that I believe a society needs to be able to move forward and progress is stability in its utilities. Now, I'm going to throw up a little video and I'm going to show you what I have to deal with as a business owner every day down here with the electric. I'm not complaining. I'm not making any kind of issue against Ada Norte. If you're going to come down here and move, do a business, spend extended periods of time, you got to be able to accept the Dominican Republic for what it is today. All right, guys. This is the problem with Ada Norte, and this is why I invested the amount of money into the electrical in Casa de Compai. You see where it's saying 130, 131, and it's flashing. And then the other set of numbers is 107. Your commercial properties, your residential properties, they have 220 and 110. So it comes over two phases. So what you're seeing is one phase is super high at 130 and 131, and the other phase is at 107. So what this does, this creates utter chaos. This is when you lose, things get fried. This is when things get burned out. You got to understand the good points and the bad points. You're not going to change them. I'm not going to change them. What I am seeing is a lot of people who are using social media to give false hope, to misrepresent how things are going here. Playa Bergantin is, in my opinion, is not going to reshape.
There's a lot of places to rent in Sosua. If you're looking for peaceful, affordable, and tranquil, look at Casa de Compai, Sosua's hidden gem. When you're ready to reserve at Casa de Compai, my contact information is in the description down below.
Sosua, it's going to make it worse. I don't believe the baseball player doing his building in Rio San Juan is going to make things better. I don't believe the monorail system, the development in Michis, because what I'm using is exact examples that real estate agents are using, other social media content creators who are concubines for a commission, pushing all these things to zip that line out there for you to reel you in so they make money. I want everybody who's going to invest down here, whether it's their time, a business, a property, the correct tools to be successful down here. Believing the hype of people who are going to make money off of you is not the thing to do. The electricity is getting worse. It's not getting better. And if you think continuing with this unchecked construction is going to make things better, it's not. This country cannot provide enough electricity for the demand it has now. Throw in the water. Throw in the roads. Instead of putting money into new construction, you need to put money into the infrastructure to support what's already existing. That's one of the reasons I think this country has plateaued. The other big thing is it's extremely hard to do business here. The labor laws are set up to benefit the employees. So the business owners do everything they can to circumnavigate that. Whether it's the liquidation policy, whether it's not being able to reduce employees' hours, whether it's not being able to reduce employees' job descriptions. Once you hire that employee full-time, you're stuck with them until you pay them off the leave. And that is liquidation, where we basically got to pay for their Social Security, which if you're American, their retirement, and a percentage of their salary every year. They also have the same payment structure as Germany, where they get paid every 2 weeks. So that means they get paid for 48 weeks out of the year instead of 52. Then you got to make up those extra 4 weeks in December. That really hurts a lot of business people. In the United States, we get paid, most places get paid weekly. So that concept is foreign to us. So that's another reason I think this country has plateaued. The other thing is, and this is going to grind some people on this, it's going to make some people very offended. The Dominicans want to get paid where the Haitians want to work. Let me say this. For a society to be successful, the majority of that society needs to have the proper moral compass, the proper value system, the proper work ethic to be able to move that society forward. 15% doing the right thing is not going to move the society forward. The majority of Dominicans, in my opinion, are content, not happy. They are content with their positions in life. It's almost like they've quit. It's almost like, well, this is as best it's going to get. Why should I even try? The system's against me. The government's horrible. There's too much corruption. I'm giving you real conversations you won't have with Dominicans until you're down here for an extended period of time. Everybody who's down here for 3 years, you're still in the honeymoon phase, guys. And if you're doing videos based on your honeymoon phase, you're not giving out correct content. The Dominicans are content with sitting in a plastic chair, drinking a beer, listening to music. Not all of them, but enough to be the norm. The ones that actually have a sense of urgency, stand behind their work, don't steal your deposit, finish the job on time for the estimate that was provided, make a boatload of money. They make money hand over fist. But they're the exception, not the rule. And that goes into the mentality of what you see in the tourist areas. And this is one of the biggest things that hinders the success of this country. That's why I say it's plateaued. The attitude of the Dominicans in the tourist area is arrogance through ignorance. They say all the time, this is the best country in the world. It doesn't matter what happens. The gringos will still come back. They always have and they always will. But through their ignorance, the reasons you had the volume of tourism you've had, this island is cheap. Point blank. It's beautiful and it's cheap. That's why I'm here. I'm here because I got the best bang for the American dollar to do what I wanted to do. Any English-speaking island, I could not afford to build Casa de Compai or start a cigar company. Couldn't happen. I am not wealthy enough to do it. Here, yes, I can. But the DR is not cheap anymore. The DR is getting expensive. The world inflation has affected the prices on this island, and you see it every day. People are paying a lot of money for a villa, and that's making the culture clash even more. When people spend $150 for a villa and they had loud neighbors, they kind of were a little more liberal in putting up with it. When people are spending $330,000 for that same 2-bedroom, 2-bath villa, now it's, oh no, I didn't pay this much money to listen to that. So that's what you're seeing happen. That mentality of the gringo will always come back, that's what you see when you have problems with the taxi drivers, beach chair vendors, the service in the restaurants, the attitude where I don't care, charge you double and triple than the next person. So I got friends from high school, guys from the military, people that I've worked with are like, hey, we're in port. We're going to come visit you. And I say, you might want to rethink that. If you can get off that ship super early and get to here with enough time to be able to get back to your ship before it leaves, come on down. Or I will meet you in Puerto Plata. My friends who have done that and left the cruise port terminals, I ask them the same question. What did you think? And they say, wow, this is one of the most beautiful countries I've ever seen. It reminds me of Hawaii. I hear that a lot. Then the next thing out of their mouth is, the roads are crazy. These people are nuts. I will never come back here again. Because that's the second question I asked them. Would you come here to stay for a week's vacation? The answer is no. I won't bring my kids here. The way they drive and how dirty it is prohibits me from coming back. They're the two things. I will not ride on these roads. These roads are absolutely dangerous. It's another reason I say things are plateaued here, because when you really get into understanding the Dominican mentality, it goes back to this. It's the way my grandfather did it. It's the way my dad did it. And it's the way I'm going to do it. They're not going to change the way they drive. They're going to continue to throw their trash everywhere. Even though the younger generation is getting better, it's not enough, because every time it rains, all the trash that's in the barrios floods into the rivers, and the rivers flood into the ocean, and it destroys the reefs. Big problem. Been going on for years. But that's the mentality. They're unwilling to change, even if they know they're wrong. And I'll give you another point on why these roads are so dangerous. Every family has had somebody lose their leg or die on the roads, and they refuse to change how they drive here. Because of that they're inflexible to look at an issue correctly, collectively, as a society, and change. When that issue affects just about every family, has known somebody that's died or lost a limb. Everybody's been touched by that, and they still drive the same way. That's why this country has plateaued. Should you not invest here? Invest here. Come on down. I love my life here. I love what I built. But if you're going to do business down here or live down here, you need to look at it for what it is, not for what you want it to be, not what some social media content creator tells you it is, not for the sales pitch from a real estate agent. Everything that's going on is going to put, as far as construction, puts more strain on the infrastructure as it is. It's going to take a step back before it gets better. So guys, thank you for watching. I went a little long on this video, but always, always remember, keep personal private and private personal.